Om Shanti. Good morning, Divine Family. Today we have this great Avyakt Murli, dated 19th July 1972, titled Importance of Gathering and the Certificate Through Gathering. A very deep, insightful Murli. The Murli focuses on in this Murli, Bab Dada has focused on the importance of gathering, importance of an organization, the importance of unity in the organization, and the various certificates or the medals which one receives through gathering, and what is the value of gathering and also how does one increase the value of oneself while interacting with one another in the gathering? What are the do's and don'ts to follow? What are the special precautions one should keep in mind while interacting with one another in any sangathan or the organization? You know, and where to focus on and where not to focus on. Which one are the waste things, and which one are the valuable, cherishable things which one should always keep in mind. The power of unity and discipline Baba has spoken about today. And Baba has also given various checkpoints for Purusharth, for intense effort making, for fast effort making, to easily go into the flying stage, while in gathering, and how to be contentful with one own self and also with others, and others get contented with my own self. It's a great knowledge Baba has given, because we all are the research scholars of the university, the godly university. So what all points we have to focus on is being highlighted in this Murli, very wonderful Murli. Let's read this Murli, and later on we'll churn this Murli with our own perspective and how we can apply in our day-to-day practical life, where we each one of us interact with various organizations, with one another in an organization, with be it family or be it society or the office or business. So anywhere, these words of wisdom by Bab Dada can be applied effectively. So let's all be seated in the in between the forehead and see your angelic stage. And Bab Dada is in front of us, the supreme professor, the supreme teacher, the supreme guide. And he's also the supreme father and supreme Sadguru, talking one on one with each one of us. Importance of gathering and the certificate through gathering. Do you consider yourself to be pearls or beads? What is the value of a pearl or a bead based on? Why is the value of the pearls or beads less once they are separated from the necklace? They are valuable when they are threaded in the necklace. When the pearls or the beads are part of the necklace, they take the shape of a necklace, with one another. Then they are valuable. The value increases exponentially. Why is the value reduced when they become separated? These are the points, these are the questions to ponder upon deep within. What is the reason for this? That is reduction in value. When the pearl or the bead gets separated from the necklace, because of being collected within a collection, those pearls or beads become powerful. The collection, the, the togetherness of pearls and beads not only increases the value but also becomes powerful. When two come together, that becomes one and one, that is 11. One by itself would only be called one, but two together become 11. So there is such a difference between one and one put together, side by side, in a kind of a necklace, that its value is increased as much, that is manifold, it multiplies. Instead of two, you would say 11. It is explained like this in order to reveal the power of the gathering, the power of an organization, the power of the mastermind, a group. What kind of pearl do you consider yourself? Are you a pearl of the necklace or an independent pearl? While seeing your value and your power, do you experience yourselves to be the beads of the garland? Underline the word your value and your power. Do you experience yourself to be the beads of the garland? Do you consider one another to be valuable pearls threaded together in a gathering? Do others also consider you to be this? Or do you yourself consider yourself to be this? When someone carries out a special task, or when someone returns victorious, he receives a medal. In the same way, in order to claim a certificate in a practical way for the effort you have been making until now, this gathering takes place every now and again. So this is not happening for the very first time. This has happened many times, many a times, many kalpas. Has everyone in this gathering received a medal for moving along with the gathering and for the value of the power of the gathering? So there are two aspects. One is for moving along with the gathering, that is being a good team player, a good team member. And second, the value of the power of the gathering, that is the organizational productivity, the organizational success. You have come to the university, have you not? So this is a godly university. We all are the research students with a special project in hand. When the research scholar does good research and the research gets published in international papers, journals, and also gets patented, then the organization's research quotient also increases. Power of that university also increases. So you have to claim a certificate for the effort and godly service you have done up to now. To what extent are you content with one another? And next, most important, how close are you to one another? You have to claim a certificate for this. One is a medal or a prize to remain cooperative. within a gathering and for your loving interaction with others. Remain cooperative and loving interaction with others. The second medal or prize is for bringing about the maximum glorification through your effort in godly service. The third prize is for being content with all the souls of wherever you are the instruments. And secondly, for being content with yourself. If you yourself are not content, then that is a weakness. So if we are not ourselves content with ourselves, then that's a weakness. And if even one person is not content out of all those who come, then that too is also a weakness. Even one person in an organization is not content, he becomes a weak link. So that too is my own weakness. So is everyone content with the teacher? Baba is asking a question. Is everyone content with the teachings or relationship, that is, the handling given by the teacher, the approach, the handling, the palna given by the teacher? There is a prize for this also. In the beginning, you used to create a garland. What for? In order to increase your zeal and enthusiasm. So we all have experienced this when we have the flowers separated, then and when we pick them up and sew them into a garland, beautiful garland, then it increases the zeal and enthusiasm, and the value of each one of the flowers gets increased. So whatever stage you are at, when you find someone else at the same stage, you experience happiness. When we meet the like-minded souls, the souls who have the same stage of energy, stage of being, the quality of the same quality of thoughts, feelings, and attitude, then we feel happy. We experience happiness. We attract each other. So this method was used to increase your zeal and enthusiasm and to look after one another. This did not mean that that was the medal for the final stage. That was the medal for the greatness of the time and of the effort. There was zeal and enthusiasm through this, and you could know your result, who was making what effort, or who was paying attention to their effort, or who had claimed a right having passed with honor. You experienced happiness seeing all of this. Even now, you still give prizes to some in your class, do you not? The prize may not be a big thing, it may just even be a handkerchief, but it is valuable. Let the prize be a little thing only, but then it's a big thing. It matters a lot for the one who is receiving the prize. There's so much of emotion, so much of appreciation associated, so much of love associated with the prize. So it may just even be a handkerchief, but it is valuable. It has the value of the effort one has made. The object itself does not have that value. When you give a prize for even a little bit of service they do, or announce their names in class, then those souls are stamped with that for the future, and the tilak of zeal and enthusiasm is applied. A very important aspect. In an organization, when we start, rewarding little achievements, we start celebrating little achievements, and we give prizes for these little, achievements, little bit of service they do, or announce their names in the class. We start recognizing that, and that Those souls are stamped with that feeling of achievement, the appreciation for the whole life, for the future. And the tilak of zeal and enthusiasm is applied on them. So they also get motivated. Some spatial souls continually carry out spatial tasks, but even then, there are those who are instruments. They must have some greatness or some speciality, and this is why, according to the drama, after surrendering and being a complete renunciate, they have become instruments for serving others. Even one definitely has some specialty, each one, everyone definitely has some specialty. This is a words of wisdom Baba is speaking about to be noted for forever. Each one definitely has some specialty. You should all be familiar with one another's specialties. And the point to be noted in mind is not of the weakness. That is, one should not be focused on others' weaknesses. Instead, one should be focusing on one another's specialties. When you have a gathering amongst yourselves, why do you listen to the news of each one's place? News means each one's weaknesses, kind of talk on their weaknesses or limitations. In order to adopt for yourself the specialties that each one has, each one definitely attains a special virtue from Babdada. It is not mine. It is not my virtue or my specialty, but something I have attained through knowledge. Underline. Then through this, there will not be any arrogance. If it were your virtue, you would have had it from the beginning. However, you have become virtuous after receiving knowledge. Previously in Bhakti, you used to sing, we are without virtue and do not have any virtues. In Hindi, it's called Muj Nirgun Hare Mein Koi Gun Nahi. So these are not your virtues, but you are filling yourself with them through knowledge, which we receive from the Supreme Professor, Supreme Guide, Supreme Sadguru, Supreme Father. So this is why, while speaking about the virtue or speciality, have the awareness that you have attained it through knowledge. So this is the greatness of the knowledge and not your own. It is the greatness of the knowledgeful being. If you speak with one another in this way, this language, or this kind of approach, then by taking one another's benefit in this way, there is an overall benefit, not only to the as a as a person, but also to the organization or the gathering. First of all, you had the discipline of speaking. First of all, you had the discipline of speaking about whatever subtle effort you were making at that time, not just the superficial, gross things, but you used to talk to one another about which effort you were making to be victorious over the subtle weaknesses. Because of being familiar with one another, because of speaking of the specialities of one another, the attention would automatically be drawn away from the weaknesses of that one, and it would be drawn towards the specialities. So, the important point to be noted is which direction the attention goes. Does the attention go towards talking about or speaking about each one's specialties, or it goes in a negative direction to speak about one another's weaknesses? Previously, you used to have discussions on such a subtle level. Deep inside, you used to think of each one's specialties. So now talk to one another about the specialties of the effort of the present time, and the atmosphere will become very good. So Bapdada says, focus on the each one's specialties. Find the positivity, positiveness amongst each other, positiveness of the time, positiveness of the atmosphere. So it will add to the atmosphere becoming very good, elevated. When this becomes the topic, that is the specialties talking about positivity becomes a topic, all other topics will automatically be dismissed. So this should be the form of your meeting with one another. And if you look at each one's specialty, it is very good. It is not possible for someone to think that he does not have any specialty. Baba rejects this philosophy that some some few people they think that this one does not have any specialty. Baba rejects this. Baba says it is impossible. Everyone has got some or the other specialty. So this would prove that Baba says if we speak that someone has not doesn't have any specialty, this would prove that he does not know himself. Your drishti and attitude should become as natural as the example you give to others about where the vision of a swan is drawn. So we all are holy swans. So our drishti and attitude should become as natural as the example we give to others about the vision of a holy swan. While seeing the stones, it will look for the pearls. Even from a gross level, we are seeing the stones, but at the subtle level, we look for the pearls patiently with perseverance. In this way, your vision and attitude should be so natural that whilst you are seeing or hearing anything of anyone's weaknesses, it does not penetrate you or it does not influence you. Instead, when you see or hear of someone's weakness, you should understand that that is not that one's weakness, but your own weakness. Very important line. Because you all belong to the same father and the same family. The in the same family, same father, the DNA is the same. So if we are looking at someone's weakness, actually it is also in us that we are not able to see the specialties in that soul. So you are the beads of the same garland. If there is just an ordinary bead within a necklace, then the value of the whole necklace is reduced. So when all of you are the beads of the one rosary, what should be your attitude? That that is also your weakness. A fast effort maker would, with the support of the yuktis received, the methods received, the techniques received, very quickly remove whatever weaknesses he sees within himself. So the focus is always on oneself, not others. The workshop is inside, the lab is inside. Deep inside, the effort is to remove whatever weaknesses I see within myself. Cha, Om Shanti. We'll finish at this point. We'll pause at this point and then take the second part tomorrow. We'll take a moment of pause, 1 minute pause, and we'll reflect upon what is, what is Bab Dada trying to teach us? And how does it apply to us, each one of us practically? Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Now I would like to invite every member of the Divine Family to share valuable insights or share any experience or any question or any pertinent relevant aspect of today's part of the movie. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Good morning.
Om Shanti. Good morning.
Wonderful, Murli. Uh, today, Papa has come to create a necklace. Looks like, yeah, it's a lovely line. Baba says, when the pearls or the beads are separated from the necklace, then the value is reduced or it's less. So how is the beads getting separated from the necklace is something that we have to think over. And it is when we talk about or find the weakness in others. So Baba says we need to look at each other's speciality rather than finding their defects. So if we do that, then it is it is as if you're finding our own defects or weaknesses. It's like scratching our own wound and making it worse. So because you all belong to the same family or same rosary, like beads. Beads are all the beads are the one rosary. So Baba wants us to find each one of us specialities, like the example Baba gave is a swan. So swan is always look for pearls in stones, right? Only pearls are picked up by swans. So like that, we should be focusing on picking up others' specialities while interacting or talking, or that itself can change the atmosphere. That's what Baba says. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Thank you, brother. Wonderful sharing, beautiful sharing. You brought out the essence of today's.
Yes, Sakritan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Om Shanti, brother.
Yeah.
Very nice, Murli. And,
Shanti.
and actually, while you were reading the Murli, I was just visualizing those so many necklaces of pearls with every necklace, gleaming with that shining pearl. And then there's a sentence where he says, even one bead in that, if it is ordinary, then the entire value comes down, just like brother said now. And I think that's such an important message which Baba is trying to give us. Because when we actually relate to every soul in the universe and actually think of them as real pearls in their original form, as pure souls, divine souls, our entire vibration towards them and their vibration towards us is something that will actually transform the entire universe. And I see this as a very important message because if we can practice this, each one of us, the whole universe will be strung in that pearl of unity, and every soul will be sparkling, connected to the divine, and where the entire earth vibration will shift into a completely new dimension. Om Shanti.
Wonderful, beautiful sharing, sister. You have rightfully, brought out, and it can also be linked to the like a kalpa tree in any Lockic world. Also, the tree, if any one branch or one, where somewhere we have some kind of a infection, then it's detrimental for the entire tree. So what we have to see to it that not even one branch is having some kind of issue problem. Each matters. Each the branch matters of the tree. Om Shanti.
Om
Anyone
Shanti,
else?
brother.
Kindly please share.
Om Shanti, brother.
Yeah,
Hello?
yeah, Om Shanti, we can hear. Yes.
Yeah, when the Murli itself started, I remember what I learned when I was young. United we stand, divided we fall. And I remember those stories we used to learn in our moral science books when the father brings the four sons and tells them, bring me the sticks. Now they are one by one. Break them, see, you can break them. And then he says, okay, now put them together. Can you break them? No. So when you said that together is power, together is strength, I remember that long story which we learn in moral science and which is so deep in our heart. We know that particular slogan, united we stand. But actually what happens, this particular unity which we are talking about, that story started on a micro level, on a nuclear level. First, within myself, am I united? Secondly, within that small nucleus of a family, then you come to a village, a nation. But when I talk on a global level, it just becomes like a stage talk. Say, hum cheen hai, bhai, and all we say, and tomorrow I go and take the thing and I hit at each other. So that is why I remember when Gayatri Behan in United Nations, she had spoken about this. And when everyone was talking about all human beings are free, all are equal and all, she said, no, it should begin in the minds of man. Because why did we separate? Because it was in our mind, out of body consciousness. We wanted to compete, we wanted to race against each other, we wanted to prove we are the best. So the differences started. So first in the mind, this must be endowed. It is very easy to go out and say we are all brothers and sisters. But do I have it really deep down in everything? Then I can bring each of these pieces, I mean the pearls together. It's not like just taking the pearl and putting it. It's not easy to put it. To just bring even my own family member who's in conflict is a great achievement. That's why I used to like that story, because it started on a micro level and then it sowed the seeds of going on a global level. I liked that one thing. I think it should start in my mind. Secondly, you were talking about, these Baba says medals are not final things. Medals are all small things. I remember in that classroom and all, if suppose my teacher just gave me a small star in my book, a star to say, very good, good work done. For a student like me, I loved it. I used to go and show it to my mother. See, I got a star today. And now who's giving you the medal? God himself. So what a analogy, when the teacher who just gave you for a work a small star, how you bloomed, and now I am going to get a medal for being part of the talent, and my name is going to appear. Like even in the school, what they'll do, the names of the good people they'll write on the board, and every time we used to see our name on the board. So this really gave me an intoxication. These two things, the story and that. So I think more than just lashing at statements or making statements, we are all one. Baba has come down today to really make us get that thing in our minds and a thing. Are we really united? Or are you just united as Brahma Kumaris? Are you ready to gel with the people who still don't have knowledge? I think this is what, because Baba says, only when the 6 billion children are ready, am I going to open the gate. So just see what a big garland I have to play. I don't know, I was just going on another level when this Murli was there, how to bring this kind in our mind. Om Shanti.
Thank you, sister. Wonderful sharing. Rightfully brought out the integration of mind. Integration. We used to churn on this, that the real unity is of the mind, which manifests physically, and then we are united. One earth, one future, one family. Uh, Others may also kindly share. We have a couple of minutes.
Yes, Brother Ramara, you have raised the hand. Would you like to share?
Om Shanti. This really reminds me of an incident some 20 years back. A group of people were asked to climb a hill in a team of 4, and one of them blindfolded. Half the distance, the blindfold will change to the other person. While coming down, it will be 2 other people will be blindfolded. So the job of the team is to see that the blindfolded person climbs the hill or gets down the hill, and no chappals. So they saying whatever was said earlier, that we united we stand, divided we fall apart. So the entire team's attention is to see that the blindfolded person goes up properly, and at the same time taking care of himself. So the beautiful thing, the teamwork was taught like that, and the same thing Baba is telling. And we are all right hands of Baba in his mission to take all the people to Paramdham. So we are progressing ourselves by helping others. By helping others, we are helping ourselves. Really beautiful way of working in a team. Thanks to Bab Dada for teaching us such a good Om Shanti.
Yes, thank you, brother, for sharing such a beautiful example. And that also reminds me about, we each one of us heard about that, the rabbit and the tortoise story. And the latest in that is rabbit is helping tortoise with his specialty, and tortoise also helps rabbit with his specialty, and together they achieve more, as was brought out, no? In a team, the sister had brought out that together everyone achieves more valuable and more powerful. Others may also please share about, and we can also discuss on one aspect that Baba spoke about, that contentment, that not only with others but with one own self. Am I contented? This aspect, if someone can bring out. Does the contentment with own self influences the contentment we have with the organization or family at nuclear level, or it is other way around? When we are contented with family, we are contented with our own self. What is the? Can anyone churn on this?
So I have been practicing, brother, to think well beyond the nuclear family. And at least personally, I've felt it has really helped me. Because if we wait for contentment or for peace or for making it so perfect only first in my nuclear family, then step out, because everybody is moving at a different time. They're part of a drama that they're playing, and everybody may not be moving with the same pace, right? And that is a weakness which you identify, and you identify, like Baba said, in your own self. So for me, the destination is very clear. We have to all get there together. So it doesn't matter whether it begins with nuclear family or it begins with society family or it begins with organization family. It has to begin. So wherever you just keep moving, you just keep collecting those pearls. And over some time, you will see that even if the organization pearl necklace is moving faster than your, family circle relationship necklace, it doesn't matter, because finally the family also realizes that and starts moving along. This is what we call herd mentality, which is used often, but sometimes it's just the vibrations. So for me, I've stopped even looking at which one goes first, which one goes second. It doesn't matter. What matters is that we all unite in one pearl. And that's what matters. And that's what actually influences everything. And so when you speak about contentment, if you are content and your vibration is content, you will see that energy shift in everybody around you. And they need not say anything, but you can just experience it. And you can experience that shift. Om Shanti.
Yes.
Uh,
Thank you, sister.
uh,
Yeah.
Brother,
Please share.
for me, contentment means, knowing and believing that wherever you are right now, where I'm right now, is where I'm meant to be. And whatever I'm doing right now, it is what I'm meant to be doing. Similarly, the other person, whatever he is doing right now, is what they are meant to be doing. This way, if I am able to really bring that truth, that reality in myself, in others, then it will go even on a global level. So it starts from me. Am I happy where I am, what I'm doing? That kind of a scale, if I draw within myself, then that can bring about what I say, real happiness. So that's where contentment first starts.
Thank you, sister. That's a beautiful journey. But still, there's one issue that suppose I am content with myself, but the other souls are not content with myself. So Babdada says that I should work on myself uh, to remove that discontentment of the others are discontent with myself. I have to work on myself only.
Yeah, brother, your others are not content with you because your vision, drishti, your attitude towards them is boggled. There are something that it's not clear. It can never be. If you are content with what you're doing and with others, they will also accept you. So that question of accepting even their roles, and not just by, through the mind, it can never be that they are not content. So it depends upon what I'm expecting from them. What is that expectation? So I have to accept what they are, because whatever speciality you have, you never had it before. It is God-given virtue. So when God has given you, like again going to the UN, when it was said all human beings are born free and equal, and all of them have the same one reason. So it's also enshrined everywhere. So we have to first bring that all are equal. You got this not suddenly from the sky, God given gift. I think it depends on the mind, how I view it.
True, very true. And that's what the wisdom which Babdada has brought out today is drishti and vritti. I need to constantly check what is my drishti and vritti. How is it looking at others' weaknesses, or it's looking at the others' specialities? And the more I look at this other specialities, those specialities are reflecting, manifesting within me also, and vice versa. If I'm looking at others' weakness, it is reflecting in my weakness also. So it's a very great technique Babdada has taught us today. So if any other point, anyone also would like to share any point, or else we move to meditation session for a minute, and
Adding
then
on to
yeah, yeah, yes,
one more point apart from what everybody has shared, Baba says that when you are giving appreciation, it is not about the object or you're giving any kind of gift to anyone. It's about the intention. It's about the bhav and bhavna that you have, which brings in the energy of zeal and enthusiasm, not only to the person who gets the gift, but it brings that kind of an energy in the whole gathering, in the whole organization. So that's the point to look at. It's been acknowledging and appreciating speciality of each one, is one takeaway. The other takeaway is when Baba speaks about how to exchange virtues. Some may, in a gathering, there would be a soul who might have a particular virtue in a weaker side. But when somebody else is sharing the value of that particular virtue, there is an exchange of values and virtues in the gathering. And each one, because of sharing, learns from each other and grows. So that's another point for me to take away. Om Shanti.
beautiful sharing. And now in the chat, uh, I just read the chat. Giza sister has brought out, united we stand, divided we fall. Each virtue of mine from God. All human beings are born free and equal, endowed with reason and conscience. And Balwinder sister has asked, what is nuclear family? Giza sister says, Apna Parivar needs a SWOT analysis. Yes. Nuclear family, my father used to tell me what is family. And I really would like to share this with everyone, that family means father and mother, I love you. The more we consider the Supreme Father to be the head of the family, and we remain in the nucleus, that is the canopy of protection from the Supreme Soul, Supreme Father, Supreme Mother, then that we can define a spiritual nuclear family. And that is the foundation for the organizational big family as well. So the work always has to be done at the nuclear level, quantum level. Om Shanti. We may move to the meditation, Rafi sister, now.
Yes, Paiji.
Okay. So a minute of internal reflection we are going to do today with relevance to what Bab Dada conversed with each one of us today. Deep inside, I am a soul, which is the real me, with my mind, intellect, and the personality or sanskars. I came from Param Dham in this world. I am an eternal soul who's playing the part, the elevated part on the world stage where entire world is one family and the head of the family is the supreme creator, supreme father, supreme mother, Bap Dada. And he is such a wonderful teacher, he's such a wonderful professor. He's knowledgeful, ocean of knowledge, ocean of wisdom. He's such ocean of divine intellect, with deep insights into how to operate on this world, how to maintain the stage always elevated and constant, irrespective of the external situation. So let's focus on Bab Dada's teachings today. When I, the soul, is in this limited drama, I take the teachings from the unlimited drama and apply them. I take the teachings from the unlimited vision which Bab Dada has from me and apply them to the limited drama. And be contented with myself as well as others and receive the certificates and the medals from each one, each member of the family, everyone resonating with the same spiritual energy, integration of drishti, vritti, with the foundation of soul consciousness, each one aligned towards Bab Dada. So today, I will constantly check where is my attitude focused on. Is it looking at others' limitations or the shortcomings or the weaknesses? Or it's, as per the Srimad, looking at each one's value, each one's positiveness, each one's speciality. And wherever my focus is, actually it's creating that speciality within me also. So I am a holy swan who's always focusing on pearls and ignoring the stones. I am a gatherer, I'm a collector of pearls, not stones. I'm a collector of soul consciousness energy, not body consciousness. Deep within, I am aligned with Vabdada, Supreme Father, and His teachings, His virtues. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you, Divine Family. Thank you, each one, each unique soul, the Divine Pearl. Thank you. Let's meet tomorrow at 5 a.m. Om Shanti.